Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in again to my Final Fridays. I'm so glad that you decided to take a moment out of your vacation time, if you're on vacation, your lunch break, whatever it is, to hang out with me for a little second. So I want to say, first off, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you're celebrating. Season's greetings to you and your family. I pray that all peace and joy and happiness filled your home, not just through this season, but throughout this whole year. As I was sitting thinking, well, what is it, God, that you want me to talk about? I actually received some really, really bad news on Christmas Day, where I lost somebody that I really love. And in that moment, even though I was really sad at that second, I started to hear God speak to me about what it really is all about. And that even though, yes, sometimes we forget and we even just throw out the whole, remember the reason for the season, Jesus was born. That's all we really kind of stop at. And we don't stop to think about who God was, who Jesus was, and what he came for. And he came to show us love and how to be love in this world where bad things are going on. And the reason that I thought about that was because this person that I lost was an example of that. No matter what, she was love all the time. She showed us that she loved us. She was a support. She really didn't have a respect of person. She would care for you if you were in need. And I think that that is the greatest thing to think about on this season, where so many are in need and so many are without, or so many people think that they don't have anyone to love them, to be loved in this time, in this season. And, as I started to think about this, I started to rejoice in the lessons that I learned from her life. I started to rejoice in the moments of happiness that I've had with her, the moments of laughter that I shared with her. And I started to also think about how I can continue living how she lived, a true Christian life, being a light to those around me, being a light to those who may feel like they don't have any hope, and just being an example of love. Something else that I was thinking about was time, and how, I don't know if to anyone else, that this year seemed to go by really, 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 really fast, but I still can find sand in my suitcase from my trip at the beginning of the year. But it's already time for us to say Happy New Year again. It kind of blows my mind to think that when I was younger, everything seemed to go so slow. And I was always so bored because time seemed to be moving so slow. But now it's like you blink your eyes and 2 years have gone by. And so I was thinking on how sometimes we think that we have all the time in the world to do different things, all the time in the world to get things done, especially when it comes to things in the kingdom, where we see tasks that need to get done, but we think, okay, well, I could just do this next week, or I can, visit that person a week from now. But you never really know what today holds, what tomorrow holds. You never know. So with that, I started thinking about some things that happened for me this year, and it was a whirlwind. For those who know, I was a part of our church radio station, HTC Boston Power Radio. If you haven't checked it out, please do. I was able to see it from its baby stages of just being one of the rooms at our church all the way up to being a functioning vehicle. And I enjoyed every moment that I had working with the radio station, and thought that, okay, cool, this is something that I would be doing for a while. But all of a sudden, God was like, all right, nope, time to move on. And I stopped working with the radio station back in October. And I knew God was getting ready to do something that I did not understand, but I was just open and willing to be like, all right, God, whatever it is you have for me to do, let's do it, let's go. And sometimes I feel like I should kick myself for saying these things, because I know it's always going to be something that I'm like, wait, I don't know if I was ready for that, God. Yeah, I don't know. But in October, God told me that it was time for me to prepare myself to leave my home church, Holy Tabernacle Church, and to head out to a new church, which is First Holiness Church in Cambridge. So I wanted to let those who did not know, who are watching this video, that at the top of the year, 2015, right, first Sunday of January, I will no longer be a member of Holy Tabernacle Church. And it's something that I knew from years ago would happen, because when I came back to Boston from Pittsburgh, God told me, to know I'm not going to have you here long. Not here with Holy Tab. And I always thought like, oh yeah, of course, God, I'm not going to be at Holy Tab forever, because one day I'm going to get married, how we think, and I'm going to go wherever my husband is. So of course I'm not going to be here long. But that's not what God was saying. God was telling me, don't get comfortable in anything if it's not my will. Like, don't do it. Always keep your mind open for what I'm telling you to do as my child. And I had to learn that when he told me I had to just get up and go to a new church, even though I love everybody at First Holiness. But when you've called something home for so long, it's weird to think that you just have to up and leave your home when there's nothing wrong. Like, there's no discord or anything, I wasn't made a junior missionary or whatever foolish people think. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to say that. But whatever people think and get upset about, that's not what it is. It's that God is calling me to do work elsewhere. And so I got to see what it is, what the mission is, what he's calling me to now, because I know it's just greatness. He's calling all of us to greatness. So it's not really a goodbye, Holy Tab, but it is time for me to move on and time for me to continue with this journey that he has put me on. And I'm excited, but I will miss everyone. I will miss all of my youth at Holy Tab. But yeah, just make sure you take the time to listen to what God is telling you to do and to get everything done that you have to do in that time. And don't put it off thinking that you have tomorrow to do what you need to do. If God's telling you to do something today, do it today. So with that, I am going to sign out because I really don't feel the best right now. So enjoy the rest of your days, your weeks, the 5 days that we have in this year. Enjoy it, and I will see you in 2015. Bye.